Isabella and Ingvar, Queen and King of North Shield.
Everybody, please take your ease.
Here opens the Court of North Shield, held this 20th day of 2024, Anno Societatis 58, in the Shire of Border Downs. We acknowledge that we gather today on the traditional and ancestral home of the Ochiti, Shakoween, and Yankton peoples. There is a law change. X1200, the King and Queen cipher. The King and Queen cipher may be given to those who have distinguished themselves through personal service to the Crown. Change to X1200, the Sovereigns and Consorts cipher. The Sovereign cipher and Consort cipher may be given to those gentles who have distinguished themselves through personal service to the Crown. Law X1210, the Prince and Princess's cipher. The Prince's cipher and Princess's cipher may be given to those gentles who have distinguished themselves through personal service to the heir and or heir's consort. The heirs are allowed to bestow the award at their own discretion. Change to X1210, the heir's consort cipher. The heir's cipher and heir's consort cipher may be given to those gentles who have distinguished themselves through personal service to the heir and or heir's consort. The heirs are allowed to bestow the award at their own discretion. Their Majesties request the presence of Master Simon Morcar.
May I address the
Please.
As some of you may be aware, that there's been a long but silent struggle and feud between Her Majesty and I over ducks and geese. It's low-key, you may not have noticed at this rate.
Just because you play the game incorrectly. Yes, absolutely.
However, I realize that while it has been a great deal of fun, it's important as a period champion to recognize other views and to compromise. Now, originally I had thought of giving as a final salvo, shall we say, presenting Her Majesty with a goose that was Simon's size. But I was talked out of that by my goodly wife, probably for the best.
You need to give her an award. You write that down. Yes.
I'm kind of on his side on this one.
Of course.
However, in the spirit of compromise, while I will always hold that it would be goose and not gray duck, I think that we can agree that a gray goose is a good meeting place.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But at the same time, I do have to recognize that, Majesty, you are correct, that it is gray duck at this time, and therefore I present to you a duck.
To match the other goose that Keep them safe.
Oh, of course.
Their Majesties call Baroness Sorka Good, current Kingdom Seneschal of Norshield.
Baroness. I understand you have some business in our court.
I do. Beyond the fact that, we have a little, seneschals wear pink in this kingdom.
They do. I also understand that we have had an extended discussion about whether or not it's salmon pink or it's red.
In this case, seneschals wear pink.
So I take it since you are not in fact wearing salmon pink that we must rectify this, is that correct?
Most definitely.
Do you have a solution to our little problem?
Well, I know somebody that is wearing a beautiful pink cap today that would love to step into this position.
Well then let's call that person forward.
Mistress Morgaine Scott Blood, you are summoned before their Majesties.
She is in fact wearing pink.
Perfect color vision does come in handy every once in a while.
Your Majesties, I'm here.
We are glad for it. My diocese. There's a bunch of peace factors. Sorka, thank you for your service to the kingdom and the people of Norshield. Your tenure was well served, and your retirement is well earned. Please return to us your symbols of office and take your well-deserved ease.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For Sorka, Vivat! Morgaine, you have been chosen as the next Kingdom Seneschal of Norshield. You will represent all the people of Norshield with your counsel to the crown. You will be a leader, a collaborator, a teacher, and an advocate. Are you prepared to accept this responsibility?
I am.
As the Seneschal of the Kingdom of Norshield, you will guide the kingdom and ensure that its laws are upheld. You will serve as a resource for the prosperity and continuance of the kingdom, and light the way as a beacon of justice, honor, and courtesy. Are you prepared to accept this responsibility?
I am.
As a great officer of state, you will be the eyes and ears of the crown in Norshield, advising not only in matters of your own areas of specialty, but in all matters of state which come before the Stellari Council. Are you prepared to accept this responsibility?
I am.
This badge of office represents the weight of your position. Bear with the dignity due this office.
Oh, that's heavy.
It gets heavier.
We know that you have the strength to bear it well.
Now make your pledge.
I here swear fealty and do homage to the crown of Norshield, to well and loyally administer my office. I will diligently serve this crown and kingdom, uphold its laws and customs, guide by my example all of the people of Norshield, and in all things comport myself with the dignity befitting one who holds my office. Here by my honor and my heart swear I, Morgan Glenn.
We accept your service and leadership, and will rely on you to advise us wisely. As you hold your office in good faith, we will act towards you respectfully in all things, protecting you with our aid and rewarding you with our love. But may all strength fail and the world turn against any who break this solemn oath.
For Morgaine, newest Kingdom Seneschal of the Kingdom of Northshield, Vivat!
Vivat!
Having sat her vigil and listened to august presences, and as she continues to provide service to this realm, I humbly ask that you admit my student, Colleen Inginkele B. Morda, into the Order of the Pelican.
Let the ancient rite proceed. Summon the member of the Order of Pelican.
Their Majesties request the presence of all members of the Order of the Pelican here present.
Within the society, 4 orders of great merit have been created to honor those who have excelled in combat, in arts and sciences, and in service to the realm. A companion of each of these orders is one whose skills are freely manifested and willingly taught, whose efforts on behalf of others are unstinting, and who is, above all, an example of courtesy and grace. In the 6th year of the society, there was called into being the 3rd great order of peerage, the Order of the Pelican, created to honor those who would distinguish themselves by their sustained and exemplary service to the society. It is the privilege of the Crown to elevate into companionship in this order such persons as they see fit.
Call forth the candidate.
Their Majesty summon Colleen Inginkele Imarda before them.
students because I wanted to be sure that they understood that the word no was not always followed by the word no. And the other thing I wanted to make sure that I imparted was whimsy. Those of us who have been in the society for a long time understand the pressures of what that means. And it is very easy to go down the path of ash. I did not want that to happen to two bright stars such as yourselves. I have been overjoyed to see you blossom, to see you grow, to see you use that word no when you needed to, and ignore it also when you needed to, because I'm a fine example of that. But the other thing is I have always seen you use whimsy. And as I release you to fly on your own, I would ask that you remember that. To always use whimsy for your dependency. Because there will be times, as we all know, that what we do is very onerous. Although there are many more times when it is joyous. So I will release you from my service, but I will also ask that you know that our doors are always open to you. Sorry, she looks too pretty.
Ashley Center Vigil.
All right. A Pelican serves crown and kingdom with leadership, organization, and labor. And I have seen you do all of those in full capacity with love and grace through some very challenging times. And so as a fellow protege of our peer who has taught us to say no, I wanted to say that just how I know that service is in your blood and that you just can't not. But I want to lovingly remind you that to serve without restraint or temperance is foolhardy. And just as a pelican might sacrifice too much of her life's blood for her young and perish leaving nothing for the future, so must a pelican know her limits. As Christine Zahn, born of old Serenissima, wrote to her noble peers, she who destroys herself to augment another only destroys herself. So congratulations on this very deserved honor. Great achievement. And know that I will always be there for you to help you recognize when your cup is becoming empty and to help you fill it.
Ashley Center Vigil as tradition demands.
She has your question.
Colleen has fulfilled the requirements of her vigil. Before we offer her admission into this order, we ask, is there a royal peer to attest to her nobility?
Yes, Your Majesty, there is. It is my great honor to speak on Colleen's nobility. To me, to be noble is to be kind and have great integrity and care deeply about the people around you. Colleen has all these qualities. She leads with dignity, grace, and a smile that shows just a little bit of mischievousness. Colleen is someone I didn't know very well before the pandemic, but during those days of uncertainty, she was one of the many people that took lead in keeping the kingdom alive. She provided a gathering space on Zoom where not just Norse spoken, but the whole kingdom could come together in camaraderie and friendship. She gave much of herself to be there week to week with kindness and care, not knowing when we would be able to physically gather again. She inspires me greatly and gave me much courage and strength during these dark days of the pandemic. Colleen puts much care and consideration to all that she does, whether being an officer, an artist, or a friend. She is guided, she is served, and she has led the way for North Shield. She is my peer.
Is there a member of the Order of Chivalry to attest to Colleen's chivalry?
I am Sir Skio. I've known Colleen for a while now, and I also had the honor to serve as her champion when she was the Baroness of Nordskogen. And I've spent a lot of time behind the thrones watching court. And one thing I've noticed about her is the way she listens to people. Whenever someone talks to her, she always gives her full attention. And if they ask a question or a request, she always helps them to the fullest of her ability, no matter how big or how small the request. Originally, I thought that was just because that was her position, an obligation. But since then, I've been able to spend time with her when she's not wearing a coronet. And along with finding out she's a fun person to be around, seeing her interactions with people, she always has the right words to say if consoling someone, or she does the actions, she helps through actions. Being a Pelican is more than just service. It's also about being courageous, courteous, and generous. And Colleen has all these traits in abundance. She is my peer.
Thank you. Is there a member of the Order of the Laurel to attest to Colleen's talents?
There is. I am Magister for Office. And I was asked to speak about Colleen's talents, and if I did that, we would be here all day, so I will confine myself to just one of them. As Laurels, we are enjoined to teach others, and here I can commend her to you wholeheartedly. Ask any experienced person in the SCA for advice on something service-related, how to run an event, hold an office. That help is usually forthcoming. Sometimes the person presents you with a detailed checklist. Sometimes they simply do it for you in the dead of night with no hesitation and asking nothing in return. While each of these approaches is in its own way instructive, I have always appreciated the way that Colleen can shun the most direct path between help me and all done, and instead create a learning opportunity for a person to discover for themselves how to serve in the way that suits them best. How do you want to do it? And what would help you get to that goal are usually the starting points. And later, what are you most worried about? This is, of course, accompanied by a wealth of information along the way, but always presented in a collaborative format that allows the person seeking assistance to choose their path and take meaningful lessons away from the process. She also has a knack for melting away into the background once the thing is done without trying to claim co-credit for the success. She has a talent for recognizing when a person just needs assistance rather than needing someone else to take over, and she has taught me the importance of discerning between the two. She is one of the people from whom I learned to ask an obviously overwhelmed person, what is the one thing that I can take off your plate so you can deal with the big picture? And she is the person who first taught me that when someone offers you that gift, it is okay to say yes. This is also part of teaching others how to do service in a sustainable way. She is the backstop to 100 tiny things that aren't in the job description, but really ought to be done by someone. I know I'm not the only person who was willing to step up and take on a new responsibility, knowing that if it started to look tippy, she would know how to nudge things back on course and would never make me feel bad for needing that nudge. A great many of us are likely better members of the society for having her example, her assistance, her tutelage, or all of the above. And I will conclude by saying that I have had the benefit of having experienced Colleen's impact in the society from a range of perspectives. First, as a newcomer, she was literally the first person I ever met in the SCA, working gate at my first event. She was my Baroness through the worst years of the Great Plague, and over time she became a mentor and a friend. And I am as in awe of her wisdom and kindness today as I was on that first day when she patiently answered my questions about what to do when the people with the crowns walk past. And I can do nothing more than to commend her to your Majesty with all my heart.
Thank you.
Is there a member of the Order of Defense to attest to Colleen's courtesy?
Praise your Majesty, I bring words from Master John Romero and Marchand. Your Majesty's assembled peer and breathless populace. I have been asked to speak of grace, thoughtfulness, and humility, but enough about me. This moment is about another. I am unfortunately unable to attend in person, so I have sent these words. I was given the advice to read my speech 3 times while on my knees to empathize with the candidate. I have old knees, and so brevity is the rule of the day. Your Majesties, I have come to speak as a Master of Defense on the exemplary qualities of Colleen Ingenkeli Uhoro, namely her courtesy through service. How can you tell someone exemplifies the qualities of a Pelican? When you ask what they have done, the answers are all over the map. There isn't a pie that they don't have their fingers in or that they haven't improved. They actively go out and find niches to fill. Colleen has certainly spread her service far and wide, between editing newsletters, holding offices at all levels in the society, from floor to local, and keeping us together and active with each other by doing Zoom calls during the plague for social meetings and courts. Trying to avoid bumping into her, her work hasn't improved the society and kingdom as a whole, would be a great task indeed. And with all of this, she does it with a quiet courtesy. Then the kind where you forget someone has to work to pull this off. By investing her time and energy, she keeps others going and raises up members that she may never meet face to face. And that kind of management makes me take a sweeping bow of respect and proudly call her mine here. Your Majesties, I firmly believe that you do great honor to yourselves, but also your kingdom and society as a whole by recognizing her as the peer she is. Yours in service, Mr. Jean-Robert Lemarchand de Selle, scoundrel at large.
Thank you. Is there a member of the populace to attest to Colleen's qualities as a peer?
Yes, I, Lady Celestia de Clare, can attest to Colleen's qualities as a peer. I first met Baroness Colleen during my tenure as the Seneschal of Silvermere and while working in the textile industry. She and I both share a love of fiber arts. Your Majesties, in the textile industry, the warp and the weft are the backbone upon which fabric is created. The warp threads run lengthwise, providing structure and strength, while the weft threads weave through, connecting and binding everything together. In the fabric that is our community, Colleen embodies both the warp and the weft. She provides structure and strength through her unwavering dedication and leadership. She connects us all to each other, creating a sense of unity and belonging. Your Majesties, without a strong weave, the fabric of our society would lack the strength needed to support the embroidery of magic that brings our game to life. As I have gotten to know Colleen, I have had the privilege of witnessing her service radiate through the tapestry of our society. I have seen her guiding presence in the halls of our leadership, in the vibrant art and science community, and alongside the blades of North Shield Army. Your Majesties, Baroness Colleen is a guiding star, not only to her barony, but to all of our populace. Therefore I, Lady Celestia de Clare, humbly request that you will elevate her to the order of Colleen.
Thank you.
Noble companions, having heard these attestations, is it your opinion that Colleen is worthy of elevation into the order of the Pelican?
Aye!
Colleen, right mindful of your service and the wishes of your peers, we are resolved to create you Mistress of the Pelican. Is there one to speak of the charge of this order?
Your Majesties, there is. I, Dame Bridget de Casey, 2nd Baroness of Northstoven, Great Bear of North Shield, and Pelican of this society will speak. Colleen, a peer is an image and model of what is best in this society. Remember that, as a member of this order, you have many miles yet to travel and feats still to accomplish. The labors of service do not end. This work will be frustrating, but also fulfilling. Have pride in what you bring to fruition, but do not become boastful or contentious. Serve always with generosity, as you have done so, yet with temperance. You have made your own path to this day, but you have not traveled it alone. Remember that a peer is nothing without others. You must aid, encourage, and lift up your fellow travelers according to their needs and desires. Know always that this accolade recognizes the standard that you have already attained. Trust in yourself and practice discernment, and you will live up to the promises made today.
Seek to emulate all of this as sincerely as possible, not for personal gain, but because it is right. Do not restrict your explorations to the small world, but to seek to infuse every aspect of your life with all these qualities. Should you succeed even in a small measure, you'll be well remembered for your quality and virtue. Knowing all this, do you seek acceptance of elevation into this order?
Aye. Will you work with all of your power to maintain and increase the honor of the Order of the Pelican and of the Kingdom of North Shield as you are able?
Aye.
Will you persevere and increase your laborers' talents nobly to the exaltation of the order and the kingdom, and to your merit, praise, and recommendations?
Aye.
Will you come to the assemblies of the order, or send word according to its statutes and ordinances? And will you obey the sovereign or their delegates in all reasonable manners regarding its duty and affairs?
Aye.
Will you teach any dependents who you may have to serve capably and wisely?
Aye.
Is there a medallion? Would you read the legacy? At this point, please. Thank you. It is a long and venerable list. First name, sir.
These are the North Shielders who have worn the Pelican Medallion. Elishab, Gefar, Aya, Alexandra, Kevin, Tatiana, Katrina, Grimond, Greta, Elaine, Astrid, Lancelot, Moran, Marguerite, Isabella, Friedrich, Gabriel, Yehuda, Tara, Henry, Erwin, Cassandra, Daria, Ellis, Marwin, Petrin, Toki, Teffin, Edward, Tom, Abelard, Joyce, Vivi, Rothgar, Deja, Gunther, Petronella, Hamish, Jutta, Isabella, Mira, Sigrid, Seifa, Amalia, Simon, Ike, Eldred, Alexandra, Katerinka, Elizabeth, Siegfried, Crispin, Antolin, Joffrey, Amplisa, Dimona, Sophonispa, Clara, David, Eleanor, Reese, Asa, Beatrice, Matthias, Anna.
The order receives you to its friendly company, and as a sign of this, presents you with this medallion, where it belongs to the growth and honor of the kingdom. The order, the merits, and your reward. Are there any other medallions?
I also have a Norskogen Legacy Medallion. There are two of them. One for Master Paradox, one for myself. They have passed through most of the Norskogen Pelicans, which consists of Ellie, Albrecht, Paradox, Tariq, Anne, Jeffrey, Vanessa, Libet, Bridget, Richard, May, Catriona, Mulray, Marguerite, Gabriel, Yehuda, Cassandra, Marwin, Stefan, Tom, Vicky, Petronella, Seifa, Amalia, Wu, Simon, Katerina, Crispin, Coquette, Bastion, and now yourself.
Is there a cloak?
Yes, there is.
Your wife?
Oh, no, no. This is girls. Dress. This. Yep, yep, yep.
This is a reminder of your responsibility as a peer to shelter and give aid to those who come to you in need or who are seeking knowledge. Let this weight remind you of its duty. It is right to those who offer to us. Unbroken fidelity shall be protected by our aid. And since Colleen, our faithful baroness of our fort, coming here to our coronation, has seen it fit to trust us with her fidelity, we therefore decree and demand that for the future she be counted among the peers of Northshield. Will you swear fealty at this time?
Aye, Your Majesty, I bid fealty to you as a laurel, but I would swear again as a pelican.
And what would you care to swear upon?
I will swear upon the
I, Colleen Ingenfeller Bubora, swear to be true to the sovereigns of Northshield. I swear to be a good and true magistra of the Order of the Pelican, and to be in obedience to all the orders and clothing of that fellowship. I shall not withstand nor disobey the summons of the Crown and the wardens of the Order. I shall not discover the lawful counsels of the Order, and will keep them secret within myself. I shall come to the assemblies for the counsel and profit of the Order, and I shall not withdraw my person from its gatherings so as not to bear its responsibilities. I shall keep to my power all of the lawful ordinances and acts made within your order, as far as shall concern or belong to my charge. And in all these things I shall well and truly behave and keep this oath to my power. So swear I, Colleen Ingenfeller Bubora.
We accept your gifts of fealty
and will rely on you to advise us wisely. As you have been an excellent peer in the past, you will be an excellent peer in the future.
We will act
Towards you respectfully in all things, protecting you with our aid and rewarding you with our love. But may all strength fail and the world turn against any who break the solemn oath.
Hear now our proclamation.
Unto the peers and populace of Northshield, from King Ingvar and Queen Isabella, greeting. We declare to you by these letters that, firstly, at this 12th night past, a boon was sought from us that we should elevate Colleen Ingenkeli Imorda into the most noble order of the Pelican. Also, that the present companions of the order have affirmed before us that they accept the said Colleen as one deserving of such elevation and welcome to their friendly company. Also, that the said Colleen has kept her vigil in accordance with the tradition of the great orders and concluded her obligations as dependent of her household. Also, that before our court, a member of each of the other great orders, that is chivalry, laurel, and defense, together with one of our royal peers and one of our populace, have given voluntary and very favorable testimony with respect to the said Colleen's character and long-standing record of service. Also, that a companion of the Order of the Pelican has given the said Colleen good and solemn instruction in the charge of the Order. Also, that the said Colleen has made worthy pledges of her future labors for the benefit of the Order and our kingdom, and has sworn fidelity to the same, and has received certain regalia of the order as signs of its honors and burdens, and that, therefore, we have decreed that hereafter Colleen Ingin Kaylee Imarda shall be recognized by all persons as a companion of the Order of the Pelican. In consequence of these things, we pray you give the said Colleen all such courtesies as are customary to a companion of this most noble order, and that in matters concerning the business of this order, you be most assisting to her, as without doubt you are towards all such companions, mindful of which we and our heirs hereafter will be most obliged to you. These letters given on the 20th day of April, Anno Societatis 58, in the Shire of Border Downs, scroll and text by Henri Fairbank.
Arise, Colleen, Magistrate of the Pelican, and greet your peers.
For Magistrate Colleen, vivat!
Noble order, please escort our newest member and welcome her to our group. You may be excused.
As they are not in court, their majesties would like me to read these awards into court. Declare to all that Isabella and Ingvar, Queen and King of North Shield, make unto Fiona Larsdottir an award of the compass for untiring service during the reign of our noble predecessors. Declare to all that Isabella and Ingvar, Queen and King of North Shield, make unto Zoe Larsdottir an award of the compass for untiring service during the reign of our noble predecessors. Declare to all that Isabella and Ingvar, Queen and King of North Shield, make unto Neve Larsdottir an award of the compass for untiring service during the reign of our noble predecessors. Text by Dionysia of Rye, on scroll blanks by Mistress Marguerite. Mistress Marguerite.
Vivant!
For the Larsdottir's children, vivant! Their Majesties summon into their court Lady Helen of Haldane. Sunday nights with the scribes. For Helen of Haldane, Black Flame. 4 Sunday nights with the scribes. Also, multiple scrolls for the courts. Also, she has recently taught at the Virtual Sun, and her classes were most well received. For Lady Helen of Haldane, vivat!
Vivat!
Their Majesties summon into their court Lord Daniel, the dangerously devoted. From Isabella and Ingvar at Coronation, April 20, AS 58, to Daniel, the dangerously devoted. Do we graciously bestow an award of the Cygnus? Daniel has served behind the scenes, making warriors and warlords a success for many years. He drives the people mover, makes supply runs, and maneuvers equipment and supplies around site. From trash crew, erecting and dropping the carports, guiding the hay crew for the martial activities, all the way to loading and unloading the storage shed and keeping it organized. would be difficult to impossible without Daniel's work.
And who is the scribe?
Helen of Holden. Scribe Helen of Holden.
And now you know why she has a black light.
For Lord Daniel, vivat!
Vivat!
Fantastic.
Sure, please.
Your Majesty has called forth Master Galler Gunnersar and Mistress Brigida Iverson, companions of the Pelican.
My dearest friend, I am so happy to see you again.
Welcome back to her.
I want him.
I want him too, but he's jumped at the back of her.
The pachyderm's rest hard warrior, Majesty.
I understand you have business in our court.
I do, Your Majesty, both my lady wife. I promise myself I'm not going to cry. Cut this out, Gillis, all right? At Gulf Wars, we requested a boot, and you were so gracious to grant it. And this time, we would ask again. It is your pleasure to elevate our protege quickly to the Pelican.
I believe it is well overdue.
Run to the back then and get her ready.
Where is that? Who got these heralds anyway? Call forth the candidate.
I will retrieve her, Your Majesty.
Thank you.
Your Majesty summoned forth Quetley and Bersh, Reese, Degour, before them.
Right to your right of her friend.
Summon the members of the most noble order of the Pelican, please.
Masters and mistresses of the Pelican, present yourselves before their majesties.
Noble order, is it your opinion that Gwendolyn Bertrice Doer is worthy of elevation into the order of the Pelican?
Aye.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's appropriate.
That is appropriate. Gwendolyn, before this day you were a protege, together at Gita. They provided counsel and comfort as you learned to be a person worthy of this peerage. As a peer, you will be their equal and owe your service only to the crown. Do you wish to return the symbols of your path to peerage to the person who guided you?
I do.
16 years, girl. 16 years. Not as peers as friends. Okay? In that time, you witnessed us grow, become the peers we are. And then you sought us out.
I think she made the best decision.
You joined us, and instead of hell freezing over, we got Belfado. And literally, as the belt was put on, with all of your tribe present, we then put you to work immediately. Because you jump in with both feet to any task that Brigida, my loving wife, who you caught that on film, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She comes up with some issues. You learn how to just be yourself and enjoy the company of others, and you got out of your head the insecurities that plagued you for so long. As you grew, we grew. And at this time, whew, you take this off, no storms blowing. Gita and the rest of the house is so proud. And if they weren't working right now, they'd be here. And I mean working. They're out in the bed actually working stuff there too. Every associate I've ever seen when they get paid says the same thing. What belt do I wear? I will not send thee for sale. I'm not there yet. I'm close. Don't get me started. So that'll be the last one I put over. She got to hit somebody. Oh, not me.
Duke Tom, Companion of the Order of Chivalry, can you attest to Gwenllian's honor?
He is not present. However, he was also silly. It said words with me.
Fantastic.
See if I can project as well as he does. By the way, I am not Duke Tom, as you know. When I am asked to speak for someone for peerage, as a Shiv, I often look to the virtues and think of which one most speaks to me in regards to the person being elevated. Gwenllian makes that hard for me as she is a peer level in all of them. A good problem to have, to be sure. Courage. At various points during the years I have known Gwenllian, I have seen her stand up for people when it would be easier to stay quiet, and she was entirely unflinching in the face of situations that many peers would shy away from or turn a blind eye to, often speaking truth to power. A most excellent quality in a person and critical to a good peer. Justice. Anyone who has met Gwenllian for even a short time would see her dedication to justice in this world. She helps those who are put upon unfairly and does her utmost to support those who need it. Hope. I have witnessed over the years Gwenllian hope for the best in people and in situations keep her head up and heart open. Nobility. At various points from multiple reigns, Gwenllian has been a key person for her inter-kingdom effort, especially at Belf. Giving up her time so others may have fun and making that easy for royals to do their jobs as well. Being able to know if you ask Gwenllian to help to work as a liaison with another kingdom's royals, you can count on her to do a good job with the proper bearing and decorum for that task. Generosity. Few people are as generous of time and effort as Gwenllian. She had taken on various offices when others either did not or could not. She has taken time from her events to help run them so others can have fun. This is often looked at being a baseline item of helping, but that tends to diminish how much or how often this is done. And Gwenllian has done a lot, if not overly fun, not overly fun tasks. Tax check for 9 years. Hello, people. That was mine. As they needed to be done so others can enjoy society. And to me, that is the very core to a good palace. Gwenllian has it in spades. These are some of the virtues I think Gwendolyn displays the most. She is a fine peer, and you are recognizing her this day. Thank you, Your Majesties.
Thank you for reading such fine words.
Duke Tom.
Duchess Petronella Fitzallen of Weston, companion of the Order of the Laurel, has written a letter attesting to Gwendolyn's talents. Would you please read such words?
Absolutely, Your Majesty. Your Majesties, honored guests, and Your Excellency, Gwendolyn. I regret not being with you today, and I thank Samia Sit-Al-Hudi for sharing my words. It is obvious from the fabulous raiments that they are wearing today that Gwendolyn is quite skilled with the embroidery needle, and that they are also adept with the weaving shuttle. They share those talents to adorn themselves and others and make the society a more beautiful place. Far be it from me to imply that clothing is not important. But I feel there is a more subtle art they practice, one that is ephemeral but is more important. They are adept at the art of inclusion, from weaving pride trim to sharing pronouns to making sure our policies are not just inclusive in word, but also in format. These are the things we need to build a better, stronger, more diverse SCA. And they are a leader in that. Your Majesties, I commend them to you, for they are my peer.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Master Simon Morcar, companion of the Order of Defense, can you attest to Gwendolyn's grace?
I can, Your Majesties. I would actually like to speak about Gwendolyn's temper today. Not that type of temper. I speak of the temper that one finds in the finest steel. The treatment that allows it to be both strong yet flexible, what one seeks in the finest swords. If the temper is improper, the blade can be brittle and break under stress, or under pressure it can fold and collapse. It is a process that is done through heating and then proper cooling. Stresses to give one the ability to withstand stress, if you will. I am somewhat familiar with stresses taking certain things away from you at times. Gwendolyn loves archery with a deep passion, but an injury made it so that she could not practice archery anymore. This is a very difficult road to travel, and one I know well. If the temper for her was not strong, she might have broken and left the society. If the temper was soft, she would have folded and perhaps become bitter. But she reached in and found strength. She knew that her love was so deep, she could actually not bring herself to step onto the archery field anymore, to take part in that activity she loved because it hurt too much. She missed it too much. And some might say that is a disservice, but I say that as a service because it is important to know where one's strengths lies and where one's weaknesses lies. And the ability to be strong and yet flex to meet new challenges is exactly what I seek for someone to be in a pelican. She has grace and disability. Her temper is true and strong. And just as the finest swords, even though she has bent, she returns to true and follows the path and continues to make the society an exceptional place. And I thank her for staying true to her temper and keeping her sharp edge and serving us all.
Contessa Guenieva de Dragonvert, can you attest to Gwendolyn's nobility?
Gladly. One aspect of nobility is largesse, generosity. In our society, royals have a short time on the thrones, but it's intense. One of the things that we quickly realize is the generosity of our people. And it's generosity I'd like to speak to today. I would speak to you of generosity of time and expertise and self and spirit. Others have spoken of her willingness to serve as an exchequer in a local capacity for many years. They have not mentioned that she trained a replacement who had life happen and so she took it up again. She has continued to be an exchequer after 9 years of being a local exchequer. But also in her time and expertise, she provides support for both North Shield and Glenavon at Gulf Wars. Gulf Wars is a vacation for many of us in North Shield. It's our chance to get away. We don't have a side to be on. We get to play. We do all the fun things. But for one thing, it's a family reunion too. And so she spends much time doing something with each of her families as much as possible. She has generosity of self and spirit. During the plague times, I hope you all had the benefit of friends who would support you. For myself and for others, we called ourselves the Amigas. Gwendolyn was key to our sanity. We chatted, we talked, we kept in touch, and she poked us and said, "Hey, I found this really cool park. Let's go for a walk." And we walked almost weekly. And it saved me so much. But the other way that she provided self and spirit and service, time and expertise was the previous Gulf Wars. And I would like to acknowledge the generosity that she gave to me personally. First of all, we loaded a vehicle full, like slamming the doors, don't open those, we'll never get it back in full, during an ice storm. And alas, we did bring that cold weather with us to Gulf Wars. Sorry, Dallas.
I bring the heat every year, it's your turn.
And in that time, we listened to a tale recited to us by a bard of a house in a cerulean sea. At Gulf Wars, we shared a pavilion, and she camped in North Shield. Not with her family, in her family reunion. She camped with me because I asked her to. And then she drove me home the whole way because I got sick at the end of Gulf Wars. As a royal peer, I am ever so grateful for Gwendolyn's generosity. And Your Majesty, for all these reasons, and so much more, I commend them to you. They are my peer.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Baroness Catriona of Rosemary Toppings, Mayor of North Shield, can you attest to Gwendolyn's guidance and counsel?
Your Majesties, Your Highnesses, members of the Order of the Pelican, and esteemed members of the populace, I, Catherine of Rosemary Topping, called to the bosom of my family in the barony of Nordskogen, in the kingdom of the Middle, and in the kingdom of North Shield, Khadijah. I am the daughter of the dragon, cousin to the wolf and falcon, sister by blood and bone to the griffin. I have been asked to speak to you as a bear of North Shield. I am the newest bear. I am your bear. I didn't break the news. I do not know how long I have known Gwendolyn. It seems that Gwendolyn has always been there, with a welcome smile and a moment or two to chat. Whenever someone needed to help with a task or to take on a job, Gwendolyn is there, to sure. Whenever there is a question to answer or knowledge to share, Gwendolyn is here, Ministare. Gwendolyn leads with grace and honor and dignity, sharing their light wherever they go, the Luminare, the spirit of North Shield. It's good to be North Shield, and it is made better so because of Gwendolyn. I am honored that Gwendolyn names me her friend. I commend her to you. And she needs to be a Pelican who recognizes.
We're getting there. Thank you, Your Excellency. Is there a member of the populace who wishes to speak of Gwendolyn's qualities as a peer?
Hi, I'm Baroness Ekaterina. I'm speaking the words of Wilhelm.
The face of Bill.
To their stellar majesties and good people of North Shield, come distant greetings from the Honorable Lord Wilhelm zu Elst Kempenich, vigilant for the Order of Laurel, speaking the words of the populace today. Hear my words, for I, Wilhelm, would speak for Gwendolyn with thunderous joy on behalf of the populace of our realm, for it is we who have benefited most from the service Gwendolyn had brought. If these words do not echo loudly in these halls as they are read, then know that it is with great force and pride that they are written. It is to my everlasting sorrow that I cannot be present to speak them myself. Gwendolyn came to our kingdom from far away, from lands many of us only just have recently returned from, whereto we gathered in arms to make war. The southern kingdom of Glenavon, renowned for its generous spirit, friendly nature, and ferocity on the field of battle, bestowed in its native child, Gwendolyn, all of these qualities: generosity, boundless joy, and iron determination in the face of adversity. Glenavon's loss has been to our great fortune in the north, not just for the bonds of friendship that tie many of our kingdom to other good gentles far away, but for how Gwendolyn left the beautiful lands of the south, bringing these qualities to make a new home here among us. Foreign customs and courtesies have been introduced for our benefit. Foods of highest quality, an enthusiasm known only by one who has not labored in the harshness of winter all her long life. Gwendolyn has striven these many years of North Shield as a form of the bitter winds and ice. These efforts do not speak to the attitude of a visitor or a vagabond, but of a noble spirit who pleads for the northern lands, who now calls them home as well. And what are these deeds? The canton of Blockmere, now gone and may have remained ever in our hearts, could not have succeeded if not for the unseen and thankless duty of Gwendolyn, who served as exchequer for nearly a decade. The pot of arms, an event also of a bygone age, and a great labor loved by many and enjoyed by many more, would have fallen short of the splendor if it were not for the feasting Gwendolyn oversaw. Full tables and full bellies are the fitting day to an end of a tournament. Day of tournament, after all. These things are dearest to me of Gwendolyn's deeds, and much more could be said of other labors, both in North Shield and in Glenavon, which I will leave others to speak of. But these both are sufficient to draw attention to your majesties, the people of the Order of the Pelican, and the people of North Shield, for they illuminate the great truth. The chivalry and the Order of Defense seek prowess and displays of skill and arms, and as artisans of the laurel proudly display their works for others to see, and much is beautified thereby. But the pelicans of the society often labor in the solitude of their homes, in back rooms, or behind curtains, in ways invisible to us all as we revel in our day. Work that is unseen as the gears of a machine that give it power and life. Work without, we would have no society at all. And work that is too easily and too often unrecognized and unacknowledged. Gwendolyn has long been such a humble, hidden servant, seeking no accolade and making no boast, but endeavoring for the betterment of North Shield and Glenavon alike without complaint, and indeed with an infectious smile. It is this quality that is perhaps the highest among all of these that we call peer-like, the willingness to serve without reward or recognition. Gwendolyn exemplifies this and is truly appeared thereby. I therefore commend Gwendolyn to your majesties to be counted among the most noble Order of the Pelican, that well-earned recognition that may be properly bestowed upon one so truly deserving, and for the improvement of our kingdom and our society.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Quinlian Bertrese de Goer, mindful of your service to society and the wishes of your peers, we are resolved to create you Maestra of the Pelican. Know that to be a peer is to hold a sacred trust, that the obligations will demand your efforts every moment of your life.
A peer must seek excellence in all endeavors, not for their own good, but for the good of others.
A peer seeks justice, truth, tempered by mercy.
A peer must remain loyal to the people and the ideals they choose to live by.
A peer must always defend their kingdom, their family, and those who depend upon them.
A peer must have the courage to sacrifice for the precepts and for the people they value. A peer must have faith in their beliefs.
A peer values the contributions of others and does not boast of their own accomplishments.
A peer must be generous as far as their resources allow.
A peer recognizes that the true nobility arises from the journey, not the destination.
Seek to emulate all of this as sincerely as possible, not for personal gain, but because it is right.
Do not restrict your exploration to a small world, but seek to infuse every aspect of your life with these qualities.
Should you succeed in even a tiny measure, then you'll be well remembered for your quality and virtue.
Knowing all of this, do you desire to accept elevation into this order?
I do.
Will you pledge to continue to uphold the honor of this order?
I will.
Will you increase your labors and talents nobly as befits one of your rank?
I will.
And seek to extend your talents and abilities throughout the society?
Will you teach and assist any dependents you may have to serve as you have served? Then let all and sundry hear our will in full. It's here, it's very safe.
All persons take pause in their many endeavors and pay heed to the mighty words of Isabella and Ingvar, Queen and King of Norcia, that you may know their august will. Tickled pink are we to call before us this day Wesleyan Reese the Gallant, to stand fast and witness our decree. From the highest mountains to the deepest fens, the wind does carry word of this good gentle's myriad labors, and the rivers call out of this noble's selfless works. Carefully have we weighed these missives and have ourselves borne witness to such selfless endeavors, wishing to show that such service is marvelous in our eyes, do we present these letters patent by which we establish and confirm Wesleyan Reese the Gower as member of the Order of the Pelican with all the rights and privileges thereof, done by a royal whim and attested to by our hands and seal of this 20th day of April, Anno Societatis 8, being 2024, Gregorian.
That not stunning. For those who may not be aware, these are her two cats that she has at home. Do you wish to swear fealty or pledge service at this time?
I do.
And what would you like to swear upon? Yes. Shocked, I tell you.
Whoever makes Golganga Ingar fegnamuna lasta mig I, entire scala segia ek and dig octwig octoro, and f skilti ek I wefale, ek muna wera warger, swa wifa water sam soluski, skilder blikia, magu mother caller, ok men elda kinda. Aldri scow mina ek tilrisnu retinda ok guide skill. Roth meet scow ek gefa ikar arfum ikar swinga liga ok ek scow drepa hudu avendertal. Ek scow life of reser leaves. Ek scow feona e elegum. Ek scow liosa weg. Wife at trua mean es ek pafawina segya ek. Wentlian for Greece, big hour.
We accept your offer of service and leadership, and we rely on you to advise us wisely as you serve and guide Northfield with honor and charity. We will act towards you respectfully in all things, protecting you with our aid and rewarding you with our love. But may all strength fail in the world turn against any who break this solemn oath.
Is there a medallion?
Yes, Your Honor, there is.
Ah.
For those that don't know, that's the mama.
What a lovely medallion. Thank you so much. Long have you worn this and treasured it. Now take from our hands this symbol of the order. Which creature will nourish its young when necessary, with the blood from its own breast. Wear it proudly that we all may recognize your service as we have acknowledged it this day. Are there other medallions?
I have here the other legacy medallion of George Logan, whose history has been given us already. It is identical to this.
And we add one more to this day. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Are there any other additional medallions? Is there a cloak?
Yes, Your Majesty, there is.
If we didn't, my wife would kill me.
I hadn't seen it. Oh, that is stunning.
The coat was made by her cult sister, and Gita spent long hours stabbing the bejesus.
Ah, so the stab to the slum.
Better it than me.
Skeletons do.
And now start to switch.
The cloak is the reminder
of the
responsibility of the peer to shelter and to give. Aid
to those who come forward in need or seeking help. Let the weight of the cloak help remind you of this duty. Rise, Mestari, Quinley, and Bertrice, Dioer, companions of the Order of the Pelican.
from those down south. North Shield, all!
Well done. Companions, please escort our newest member and welcome them into this order. You are excused.
Maestra, Breathley, Bears, Reese, DeGower, companion of the Order of the Pelican. Viva!
Viva!
Their Majesties summon into court. House Wortham. House Wortham.
Those are the house.
Oh, man.
My family, you are a shining beacon in Northfield. Your service and dedication to the crown and to the kingdom makes my heart so warm. For all who are hearing my words, this is the 4th reign that they have done, on top of all of the other service that they have provided. Look upon their heads. Look upon the medallions they wear. They are peers of this order who give every day. I have never been so proud of a group of people, nor could this reign have been successful without their love and generosity. I ask this day for our heralds to please ask others to rise.
Their Majesties invite their companions of the Order of the Gems of North Shield to stand in place.
It is only right and fitting that we grant upon this household who has given so much that you be added as companions of the gems.
Scroll by Gwenifar Birch. Owen uploaded.
Please come and take this from our hands. Seriously, not it. It won't bite. She didn't put poison in it, I promise. But when you want to know how amazing this group of people are, look upon this banner and realize that how lucky this kingdom is to have my family as a part of it.
For House Wortham, Vivant!
Vivant!
Their Majesties summon into their court the Honorable Lady Dinesia Buellhead. The Royal Majesties of North Shield, Isabella and Ingvar, are pleased to be able to recognize Dionysia Buellhead for her service during our reign as our largesse and gift coordinator. Her work to support us deserves our thanks, which we do with this joint cipher.
Calligraphy and Illumination by Baroness Ellen de Winter.
For the Honorable Lady Dionysia, Vivat!
Vivat!
Their Majesties summon into their court Duchess Guniev du Dragonvert and Baroness Ekaterina Anastaseva.
You have done so much. Golf Wars is a vacation, Your Grace. You are correct about that, unless you are sitting royals, in which case there are many obligations. Quite often they are stacked upon each other and impossible for logistics. Your Grace managed to keep us organized and on time and well represented throughout the entire week of Golf Wars. And I can never thank you enough for all that you have given us, for your guidance, and for your love, and for your patience. My sister, thank you for helping me and my family be dressed sometimes 3 times a day. Thank you for making sure I stay organized. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Thank you for your love. Thank you for always being there in the most important parts of my life. You sang at my wedding, you sang at my coronation, and you kept me smiling and my spirits high. I value you and hold you in the palm of my hands and in my heart. And thank you so much for all that you do. Please read into.
Proclaim unto all that we, Queen Isabella and King Ingvar of Nordshield, bestow upon Gunnjev du Dragonvert a joint cipher in immense gratitude for being our chamberlain for Gulf Wars and for going above and beyond in support of the crown. Support of the crown takes many forms. The work of Ekaterina, how do you say it? Anastasova, Queen's dresser and camp organizer at Gulf Wars, is the kind of behind-the-scenes labor that makes the work of the crown possible. Therefore, Queen Isabella of Nordshield gives her a Queen's cipher at Spring Coronation.
Scrolls also by Baroness Ellen de Winter.
They match.
For Duchess Gunnjev and Baroness Ekaterina, vivat!
Vivat!
Their Majesties call Sit Alulu, Dame Barwin de la Riviere, and Baroness Ellen de Winter.
I know, I'm so sorry, because I was raised as an only child. My mother was an only child. And I never had the benefit of sisters. I never had the benefit of family who would be there for me no matter what. To be my protectors. To be the people that would raise me up when I was at my lowest. These women are truly a gift from the heavens. They gave us counsel, both of us. They spent hours making things for us. I have never been so blessed in my life than to have you in my life. And I know that we're one short today, and the first thing that Dame Marwin said to me was, it kills me I can't be here today. But she came down with an illness and felt the safety of the kingdom was more important than to be here today, and I agree with her. But I don't work without the 3 of you. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you.
I got to know these ladies better than I've ever known them before. And I freely admit they still scare the crap out of me. But I've got to see the kindness and generosity along with the fierceness, and I admire it so much. Thank you, ladies.
Isabella and Ingvar, Queen and King of this fair land of Nordshield, wish to tell all of the work Samia Alulu bint Isa has done for us. Long hours of garb coordination and construction, largesse coordination, and so many other things were all done with care to support us during our reign. Wishing to show our appreciation of such service, we gift her a joint cipher. Ellen de Winter, being tasked with the noble duty of crafting tokens for their gracious majesties, Queen Isabella and King Ingvar, to bestow using her skills in the arts and sciences, she fashioned tokens for our champions. Furthermore, for proving herself a most excellent and esteemed sister, we do award her the joint cipher. Hear and tell others that we are pleased with Marwin de la Rivere, due to her tireless work with garb construction, coordinating everything, and for being supremely attentive and supportive to their majesties whenever needed. Although we lack words adequate to express our thanks, we, Isabella and Ingvar, Queen and King of Northshield, do gift her a joint cipher.
I did not think it was fair for you to make your own joint cipher, Your Excellency. But the other two are done by your hands so most exquisitely.
The third was Judith of Normandy. For Sitsamia de Marwin and Baroness Ellen, vivant! Vivant! Their Majesties call Countess Guinevere Verch Owen of Morgan and Countess Jeanette de Provence.
You knew it was coming. You couldn't get out of this one.
Nope, I had a super secret court list.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you probably stopped something. The two of you did so much to help us, and it made it such an easy reign that all I can offer you is my thanks. And, well, there will be something arriving. It's not complete, but there's something that's on its way. It will eventually show up. So, thank you for everything.
It is something that we talked about long and hard. There is no way to adequately thank you for all that you've done. We've tried. You keep saying no. So this gift is by His Majesty's hands. So when you do receive it, know that it was made with love and admiration.
Countess Gwen and Countess Jeanette will also receive a sovereign cipher. For Countess Gwen and Countess Jeanette, vivant! Vivant!
Their Majesties summon into court Oswald Frank.
You weren't expecting this one.
Behold, my other sister. I say this because written in the brim of his hat, made for him at the event of his wife's elevation, I lovingly, and without telling anyone, translated into Arabic and hand-stitched to my sister with love on the event of her elevation, thinking that it was going to Samia. Turns out it was Oswald's hat. So now, forevermore, he is also a sister of mine. And it is something we giggle about. You are much more than that. You are. This is a gentleman who has served both vocally and quietly. He has been Seneschal of Nordskogen. He has helped with so many things, multiple reigns. He has constantly been a companion and a sounding board to his wife, who is such an amazing person, but takes a lot on herself. And there's only one way that we can adequately say thank you, other than gifting you with this beautiful hat.
For consistent, long support and faithful service to the crown, his household and his lady, do we, Queen Isabella and King Ingvar, right wise rulers of Northshield, gladly make Oswald Frank a baron of our court.
And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
For Count or Baron. Sorry. Baron Oswald. Viva. Their Majesties summon into court David of Yarville.
Hello. We wish to thank you so much for being our youth champion. You have represented us so well, both on and off the field. We do feel it is time that you take your ease. You no longer need to be our champion, but know that you will always be the champion of our hearts.
David of Yarville has been awarded a joint king and queen cipher by Queen Isabella and King Ingvar for his service to the kingdom as their youth champion.
Now, this actually shows him fighting off a mighty goose. Please continue to fight them. And also keep this as well. And with our thanks.
Scroll by Baroness Henriette. For David of Yarvettler, Vivat!
Vivat!
Their Majesties summon into court Kacha Boroweska.
Once again, you have done an outstanding job. You make me realize how much work goes into equestrian. And it's such an understatement. Nobody's ever seen all the work. It is truly a passion that you have let us share. Thank you for everything. But now I figure you might want to take a break.
We thank you for your tireless service. Thank you for helping me at golf course. Thank you for everything that you do for us and for the people. We love you so much.
Kata Boroweska will be awarded a joint cipher. Scroll forthcoming.
Oh, sorry. Your scroll was not able to make it, but thank you for being so amazing and helpful to our kingdom. Thank you for spreading the joy of thrown weapons and archery. Know that we hold you in our hearts and will never forget your service to us and to the kingdom.
I would just like to say thank you. I didn't know. You're up.
We feel it is time for you as well to take your ease after serving your kingdom and being our champions. Thank you.
Queen Isabella and King Ingvar of Northshield award our archery champion, Knut Olsen Asaida, our joint cipher.
You may not shoot that one. That one stays home.
Make it known that we, Isabella Queen and Ingvar King of Northshield, wish to acknowledge the service and dedication shown beneficial to all by Anya Ingen Malpatri, our thrown weapon champion. Therefore, we are pleased to bestow on her a joint cipher.
Please, you are excused with our gratitude. Take your ease.
For Knut and Anya,
recipients of the joint cipher. Vivant!
Their Majesties recognize that Il Magnifico Piero and Master Murdoch could not be present, but we will read their scrolls into court. We, King and Queen of Northshield, Ingvar III and Isabella, bestow a joint cipher. Piero di Silvestro Verocci, King's Rapier Champion, done in our Shire of Border Downs at Spring Coronation, AS 58.
Scroll by Ajax.
We, Queen and King Isabella and Ingvar, 3 of the Kingdom of Northshield, grant a joint cipher. Murdoch Maximus, Queen's Rapier Champion, done in our Shire of Border Downs at Spring Coronation, AS 58. Scroll also by Ajax.
You got my good side, I think.
Your Majesties request the presence of Baroness Joyce Corbett.
The first TOC back from the pandemic, I got to face Joyce. And part of the way through facing her, she looked at me and goes, "You can actually try to strike me." I wasn't throwing much for shots. There was a reason for it. Simply, she had tightened up her defense so much that when I was looking for very specific things to hit her with, she blocked them all. And from that point on, I knew if I ever sat here again, you needed to be my champion.
And you did so well. I've never been as proud of a friend as I was at Fall Fours. You were my champion. You were recognized on the field so many times. You are a true example of what it means to be inclusive and beautiful and wonderful in our kingdom. When I need an example of how amazing my populace is, I look to you. So thank you for all that you've done. But it is time as our champion to take your ease. You have a well-deserved rest.
Be it known to all to whom these letters come, of the will of Isabella and Ingvar, most stellar and royal rulers of fair Northshield. Heavy are the duties of the crown, but they are made lighter by the service of our court. Joyce Corbett has been a shining example, serving diligently as our armored combat champion. For her outstanding service, we bestow upon her our joint cipher, done this 20th day of April, AS 58, at Spring Coronation. Scribe Marguerite Larcher.
Thank you for representing us.
For Baroness Joyce and all the champions, vivant! Vivant!
Before we take our own ease, it is important for me to return a very important item. It is an item that has been with us at every single port. It is this beautiful and stunning inclusion banner. It is not mine. It is actually my sister, Samia's, who graciously allowed us to carry it with us. And unfortunately, it is tied monstrously well. I have managed to knot this emphatically. but it is not ours, and so it should return to the person to whom it does belong. I know that our heirs feel as strongly about diversity and inclusion as we do. This is not to say that our feelings on the matter have ended. It is just we feel that this does need to be returned to its rightful owner. So with our gratitude and thanks, I give this back to you.
For Sit Alulu and inclusion, vivant!
Vivant!
My friends, our time on the Stellar Thrones has come to an end, and I have tried in vain to think of eloquent words that make me sound regal and noble, and all I can think of is thank you. We rule because you believe, and you have believed in us. Thank you for representing us so nobly on the field. Thank you for the laughters and the story and the giggles. Thank you for helping in every capacity. Thank you for feeling safe to be yourself in any way that means. You deserve that support, that inclusion, that feeling of safety. And I know that in our modern life, some things have happened that have caused concern or fear. And we want you to know that even if we are not monarchs, and you feel that you need guidance with help, if someone has treated you poorly, I hope that we have demonstrated that His Majesty and I are safe people. We will help you. We will believe you. We will guide you through the process to make sure that this is the safest place that you can be at. Never fear. You are not alone. And to you, which is why I wanted to go first. You are such an amazing ruler, an amazing friend. I would not have been as successful or as joyful without you. I hope you have seen just how loving this man is, just how much he wants to get to know you and your hobbies. You start talking about chickens, this man is engaged for 3 hours, I guarantee you. Look to him as a true example of a peer. And this is an adventure I will never forget. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Now you're done.
Thank you. Well, I'll actually return the favor. I enjoy fighting crown tournaments, but only if I can put somebody on the throne that I believe in. I believed that you would be a wonderful queen. I was right. I've got to know you and your family even better, and that is even more important. And then for everybody else here, without you, we are nothing. It's truly an honor and privilege to be up here. And I thank all of you for all of the support, whether you know it or not. Showing up at an event is showing support for all of us. If you ever need anything, let me know. Let us know. We will do our best. Thank you for being North Shield.
Shall we take our ease? Ah, yes.
Yeah, yep.
One final gift. I know. Shall we?
The thrones must be guarded.
Victorious on the tournament list, driven by the inspiration of my consort, John B. McCartney. Do you recognize us as the heirs of the stellar throne?
I recognize your presence, I recognize your prowess, and by the right of combat, thrown to yours, and all its responsibilities.
Populace, take your ease.
Does the kingdom seneschal bear witness to Hans and Genevieve as victors and rightful heirs to the crown of Northshield?
I do.
Does the Earl Marshal bear witness?
I do.
Does a combatant in the last crown tournament bear witness?
I am Keetajir Faramasa, and I recognize this victory.
Do the peers of Northshield bear witness?
Aye.
Does the feudal nobility of Northshield bear witness?
Aye.
Does all Northshield bear witness?
Aye.
Know now what it means to bear the crown. The king and queen must remain loyal to their people, who depend upon them to defend the kingdom. They must be bold of heart, for they are the point of the sword that all follow in battle. They must seek the path of justice without bias or personal interest, and their judgments must be tempered by humanity and mercy. They must strive for excellence in all endeavors, not for their own good, but for the good of the kingdom. As the embodiment of all that is Northshield, their service will inspire others to greater service. They shall inspire love and respect in the realm, and their deeds will be remembered long after they have passed from these lands. Understanding all this, do you still desire the crown of Northshield? We do. Then swear your oath.
I swear to keep and confirm to the people of Northshield the laws, customs, and traditions of the stellar realm, to defend, strengthen, and maintain them to the best of my ability, to speak the wise counsel of our peers, heritage, and people. I shall do and confirm in all my names and judgments, true and right, in mercy and truth, to be vigilant as I guide our people, to be diligent in my service to all, and light the way from the stellar coast. May all my strength fail me, and the world turn against me, if I should break my solemn oath. Thus swear I, John B. McCartney.
People of Northshield, behold your king and queen. Beloved! Here begins the reign of their stellar majesties, Hans and Genevieve, king and queen of Northshield. Their Majesties invite into their court, Isabella.
Your Majesties.
Their Majesties also summon the companions of the Orders of the Rose and of Persephone's Circle. The rose stands as a symbol of one who has set an example of courteous and noble behavior. They have supported the aims and ideals of the society and have consistently shown respect for the Crown of North Shield. They have willingly shared their knowledge and hospitality with others. Receive this rose as a symbol of your gracious service to this grateful kingdom. It is known that those who have reigned as Queen of North Shield bestow their word and bond to rule this fruitful kingdom, guiding the populace with stern but kindly hands, leading them in the way of joy or the strife of war. To be the stewards of so great a land is a heavy burden indeed. Your Excellency, so all may recognize your nobility, may you wear this in recognition of your service. Those who have served as Queen of North Shield and have honorably retired shall continue to be numbered among the nobility of the kingdom. They shall be recognized with the title and rank of Countess. A Countess, therefore, cannot be created by the decree of any crown, but only acknowledged. They shall bear as their emblem a gold coronet embattled, ornamented as they see fit. By token of this coronet, they shall be recognized as persons of great merit and consequence. They shall be addressed as My Lady Countess or Your Excellency. They will be called on to defend, strengthen, and maintain the realm to the best of their abilities. Many will ask for their counsel to find the path of mercy and truth, and respect shall be given to them. Now, hear the word of the crown. Right, trusty, and well-beloved, we, the King and Queen of North Shield, greet you well. We have here had, in recent times, notice of great cheer and public peace throughout our lands, and associated general honor, security, and weal of the whole realm. And we hear very good report of her fruitful behavior, and especially of her guidance to the populace, as is expected of one who, in very good part as proceeding from the gentle of such regal disposition, which we will keep in memory at all times to do her good for the same. And after a very orderly conference, we have understood this positive countenance to be the work of one Isabella Beatrice de la Rosa. This is so great a benefit we must recognize wherein it is shown to us, and we cannot but give her, in recognition of her reign as our predecessor and mentor, the praise thereof. And we have concluded by the laws of the society, without exception, that she shall be recognized as a countess, and shall give good cause to wear the regalia of this rank, and all shall acknowledge her worthiness of this accolade with the reverence and respect which is due to one who has so fitly served. And we authorize these presents and making cause to be made under our seal, in our name, for the assurance of all manner of folk, who these letters may hear or read for the good of the realm. Text and calligraphy by Ellen de Winter, text by Katarina Livovica. Their Majesties invite before them any royal peers wishing to swear fealty or pledge service with Countess Isabella at this time.
I here swear fealty and homage to the Crown of North Shield. As I have served in the past, I will diligently serve the Crown of the Kingdom, and guide by my example, as befits one of my station. I will guard and nurture the spirit of North Shield, and lead the aims and ideals of the realm. Here by my honor and my heart swear I, Isabella Beatrice de la Rosa, as he has already served with diligence and grace, we will act towards you respectively in all things, protecting you with our aid and rewarding you with our love, that may all strength fail and the world turn against any who break the solemn oath.
For Countess Isabella and the royal peers of North Shield, vivant!
Viva!
Their Majesties now invite before them any companions of the Order of Chivalry wishing to swear fealty at this time.
Fealty and do homage to the crown of North Shield, to ever be a good knight and true, reverent and generous, shield of the weak, obedience my liege lord and lady, foremost in battle, courteous at all times, and champion of the right and the good. Thus swear I, Metropolitan of Trieste.
We accept your gifts of fealty and homage, and will rely on you to advise us wisely. As you light the way for North Shield, with honor and charity, we will act towards you, respectively in all things, protecting you with our aid, and rewarding you with our love, and may all strength fail, but the world turn against any who break the solemn oath.
For the Knights of North Shield, vivant!
Viva!
Their Majesties now invite before them any companions of the Order of the Laurel wishing to swear fealty or pledge service at this time.
guidance and knowledge. And will rely on you to advise us wisely. As you light the way for North Shield with honor and charity. We will act towards you respectively in all things, protecting you with our aid and rewarding you with our love. But may all strength fail and the world turn against any who break the solemn oath.
For the laurels of North Shield, Vivat!
Vivat!
Their Majesties now invite before them any companions of the Order of the Pelican wishing to swear fealty or service at this time.
I here swear fealty and do honor to the crown of learning, to ever serve me by my word and wisdom, defender of the weak, proven in tempered by mercy, generous with my knowledge and my hope, an example of courtesy, skill, and grace, guiding the people of worship with integrity and charity. Here by my honor and my sword, swear I, Simon, not
We accept your gifts of service and leadership, and will rely on you to advise us wisely. As you light the way for North Shield, with honor and charity, we will act toward you, respectively in all things, protecting you with our aid, and rewarding you with our love. But may all strength fail, and the world turn against any who break the solemn oath.
For the Order of Defense of North Shield, Vivat!
Vivat!
Royal Majesties call forth the feudal nobility of their verities who wish to swear fealty or pledge service at this time.
acknowledge to the crown of North Shield the fealty and homage for the barony of Narzagush, which my ancestors held from you and your predecessors in life. I swear that I will always be faithful to you, defending you and giving you power over all the castles and manors, in peace and in war. I will strive to be vigilant as I guide your people, to be diligent in my service to all, and to light the way for my parochial seat. Hereby my honor and my heart sit around and will to me.
We acknowledge the fealty and homage for the castles, manors, and places which your ancestors held from us and our predecessors as a people. As you are faithful vassals, holding our lands in good faith and without deceit, we will act towards you respectively in all things, protecting you with our aid and rewarding you with our love. But may all strength fail and the world turn against any who break the solemn oath.
For the feudal nobility of North Shield, vivant!
Vivat!
Their Majesties now invite before them any great officers of state who wish to swear fealty or pledge service at this time. For the great officers of North Shield, vivant!
Vivat!
Their Majesties invite before them any members of the populace wishing to swear fealty or pledge service at this time.
promises to us and to the kingdom of Northfield. We will act towards you respectively in all things, protecting you with our aid and rewarding you with our love. But may all strength fail and the world turn against any who break the solemn oath.
For the people of North Shield, vivant!
Good populace. Right after this court, we will have rapier and heavy fighting. We plan to start court in the evening around 4:35, so we give you plenty of time to fight. Also, I'm doing away with the gray duck nonsense. We're going back to normal. Sorry about duck, goose, no more ducks. Just geese. How about that?
What about pelicans? We still have those.
Yeah, we need them.
There being no further business, this court of North Shield is suspended until 5 p.m. All rise. There is lunch, which is occurring now. It is a lamb stew and also a roasted vegetable stew variety thing. And I hope everybody has a lovely day, and we will see you at 5 p.m. Thank you.